yeah, I think because these didn't fare well with the heat.
Carrots are going into the compost. What happened with them?
They started bolting in this warm spring weather.
Anything you can do to stop it?
No, once they start bolting, it's a one-way road to getting worse and worse and worse. Let's go down into the field and look at what you are working on, which is some weed maintenance in some of the beds that were the first beds planted this year.
Are those your greenhouses down there?
These are our structures.
Or hoop houses?
Yeah, we call them hoop houses. Typically, I'll explain that a greenhouse is a permanent structure often used for propagating new seedlings, and it often has electricity, heating, fans, automatic sprinklers, things like that. Our bed of peas, it was one of the first things that we seeded this spring. You can see it's labeled. The S means that it was seeded as opposed to transplanted, and that's the date. So these were seeded on the 22nd of March. So this bed needs a little bit of cultivation. Some weeds have come up here at the front. These need to be taken out with a hand tool.
Are these for the community-supported agriculture or for farm stand sales?
These are for the CSA. Everything that we grow on this farm is for the CSA. If we have extra, which we always do, we do sell to the public at a farm stand, and we do sell to the Weaver's Way stores. We also sell product at the Head House Farmers Market. So we have a lot of different outlets, but they're all secondary. Our primary outlet is the CSA.
So these are the hoop houses?
Yeah, these are our hoop houses, so they're heated passively only by the energy from the sun, and we grow crops in here as a type of season extension, so when things aren't going to grow out in the field because it's too cold out, this is a nice environment where we have an extended growing season.
What's in here now?
Right now we have lettuce mix, mesclun mix, arugula, beets, carrots, turnips, and radishes. This is Minna Latortue, who is working here all season long. She's learning the ins and outs of what it takes to operate a CSA in the city. And what are you doing right now, Nina?
Well, I am plugging up the end of the strip tape so that it doesn't leak anymore. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Right? Hopefully.
And do I understand you're a nurse with farm experience? Is that what you told me last week?
Yes, that's what I told you. So I just graduated nursing school, and farming is one of my interests. I hope to incorporate it into my nursing career, but in between times of finding a job as a new grad, I decided to work at Weaver's Way Farm.
He's just trying to get snapshots of like a day on the farm.
Yeah, okay.
So what projects we have lined up for today are lots of weeding, hoeing, and then maybe a little bit of potato planting later if I can get a bed prepped with our tractor, which is yet to come from the other farm this morning still.
Whatever you need is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe I'll have you join him, and then I'm just going to wrap up a little bit of computer work I was doing this morning. Different steps. One, any rocks that are in the pathway, we just want to pick up, put in the bucket, and just add to some sort of existing pile.
How many groups do you have coming today?
Today we have 3 groups coming.
Where are they coming from?
They are, well, first we have 2 classes today coming from Saul High School, and then we have 1 group coming from another high school, Preckville. And then we have our after-school farm club coming after school.
And what we have them do here?
With the farm club, I think we're going to paint signs for our raised beds. With the classes, we're going to weed. We're going to weed down in the field. Laura, do you know what you want the farm club to do with their signs?
We have a couple signs already made. We have one for the green roof, one for the water tanks with acquisitions. We have one for bees. I think we just need to finish those up.
What kind of things do you try to teach them when they come?
What the students already know in the classroom. A lot of the students are learning in the classroom just about different plant parts and about organic growing methods and about soil and about compost. We try to tie that into what we do on the field as much as possible. At the same time, we try to do tasks that will help the farmer. So, for instance, today with weeding, we're going to use garden tools and hand weeding and things like that. But,
Nope, I don't think it's supposed to when I first.
I think it's working.
Of getting to work in allium section.
Oh, okay.
Anyone know what an allium is?
What?
Allium is a plant that grows underground that's related. It's not related to tomato, but they're all related. Who likes garlic?
It's all right.
Weaver's Way has a partnership with Tim Bennett, and he picks up curbside recyclables in Mount Airy and Chestnut Hill, and he brings them here to the farm, and we process them, and then we spread the processed compost back on our farms again. So we never know what he's going to bring. It's always a surprise, and but generally it's household vegetables and paper.
And where does
and sometimes leaves, which we're always glad to see.
And where does it go when it comes here?
We'll bring it right over here and we'll unload it into the tractor, and then we'll put it in the big grinder over there, and then that grinds it all together. Hang on a second.
Hold on. Farm work that you don't always see, computer work, it looks like.
Yep. This is the hardest part of managing a CSA is finding time to do computer work. So I'm squeezing in a quick email in between volunteers and tasks and setting up the day and organizing what the classes are going to be doing and things like that.
What do you do on the computer? Emails?
So much. All my interaction with the 130 CSA members is through email, so making sure people have paid, they have, you know, when they know when their orientation meetings are, corresponding with other farms that we partner with to sell other products at our CSA pickup.
Do accounting on here at all?
Yeah,
crop schedules?
We have our, all of the above. Our work calendar, our crop map, our calendar for volunteer work shifts, you name it.
And how did you get involved in this farm racket?
In farming, how did I get involved? I guess I wanted to learn how to grow my own food, just so I would be more self-sufficient on a personal level. And then once I learned about the sort of lifestyle and patterns and systems involved in growing food, I knew I wanted to do it as more as a career or life choice instead of just a backyard hobby.
We want to get any weeds that are underneath our header irrigation, and these have long tap roots, so these are good tools to get down.